the first video, we had seen how to create pivot charts and pivot tables. The manager had asked Maddie to create a sales dashboard from the data, and we had learned how to create pivot table and pivot. We will continue to learn on further analysis of the data. What are the different calculation methods? How do we investigate the source data for useful inferences, and how do we update the pivot tables? Let us spend a few minutes in analyzing the data that we have in hand. Here we have the month of sale and the product that has been sold, for example cheese, and then the category it belongs to, which is milk products, the price, the quantity, the total income, who was the salesman, and from which store he had sold it. Let us now see the different analysis that we can do with the data that we have in hand. Click on Insert, click on Pivot Table and select New Worksheet, click OK. Now rename this sheet as Product Sales. Now drag the product field to the rows box. You will see on the left that all the products are listed here. Now select the total income and drag it to the values box. This is the total sales that has been made for each of the products. Now if I want to sort this data, I right click, select sort, and I can do smallest to largest or largest to smallest, as you can see here. Now if I don't want to see so many items here, but I want to see only the top 10 items, I select here, go to value filters, I can select the option here top 10 based on the total income here, and then I can click OK. Now these are the top 10 items and this is the total income that has been generated by it. Now if I want to clear this filter, click on row labels, go to value filter and say clear filter. Let us now create a copy of this sheet so that we can continue on further analysis. Left click the mouse and hold. Drag the sheet and press Ctrl and just release. You will see that a new sheet has been created. We can now rename this as category sales. So earlier we have seen how the product sales has happened, and now we want to see how the category sales has happened. Now that we have a new sheet created, let us now focus on the analysis by category. So let's drag the product back into this field box and let us drag the category into the rows area box. So this shows the income by category. One additional thing that we want to do now is drag the total income once again into the value box. You will see that it is repeated twice. Why do we want to do this? I want to now right click, show value as percentage of the grand total, so that I can understand what percentage of sales has been made by what category of product. So 29%, which is the highest, has happened in the fruits area. The second is in the vegetables category. Let us now create a copy of this sheet and rename it salesman. I want to understand the performance of the salesmen who are working in the organization. So I remove these fields. I drag the salesman to the rows box, and what is the income made by the salesman. So this tells me how each of the salesmen are performing, how good they are contributing to the company. Now I can take a copy of this total income once again and put it into the values box. So in this column, I right click and like we did earlier, show value as percentage of grand total. So here we can see that 22.65% is the highest, and that is done by Raj. So we can further do the sorting as we did earlier, largest to smallest, to understand the performance of the sales force who are working in the organization. Let us now create a copy of this sheet and rename this as store performance. I want to study how the stores have performed. So I remove all these fields. I drag the store name into the rows box. I drag the month into columns. Please note that we have the store names here, we have the months on the top, and I will drag the total income into the values box. So this typically tells me how the stores have performed in each of the months in January, February. So you can see the sales that has been made by the store 1, store 2. And if we need further information inference from this, what we can do is we can select this data, we can click on home, go to conditional formatting, go to color scales and select this. As you can see, there is a rule that is set here where if it is 50, that's the highest value and it will show as green. If it is less than that, it will show amber. If it is very low, it will show as red. So based on that, the pivot will automatically give this information color coding. So I know that store 3 has performed very well in the month of February, and store 2 has performed very well in the month of April. And you can see that store 1 is red in February. That means it did not perform well. Similarly, store 2 has not performed well in June. This is the kind of inference that we can draw the combination of pivot tables and conditional formatting. Let us now create a copy of this sheet and rename this as store performance by salesman. What we will now do is remove all these fields. Once again, we will drag the store name into the rows area box and the total income. Like we have seen earlier, I can drag it once again and then change it into percentage of grand total and it will show the percentage. This we have seen earlier. Now what new I want to introduce now is drag the salesman below the store name. So Amit and Abdul work in store 1 and it will automatically get mapped. So if you see the original source data, you will note that Sal works in store 3, Amit works in store 1, Raj works in store 2. Similarly, John works in store 2. So what this will do is it will automatically map the store and the sales made in the store and what percentage of income of the total revenue the store is generating. Similarly, we can do a drill down and see which of the salesmen is performing better. In this scenario, we can see that Amit is performing better. We can do a further drill down by pulling the category under the salesman to see how each of the salesmen is performing under the categories. So if you do a collapse of this field like this, and if I open store 1, I have Abdul and Amit who are part of the store. I'm expanding that field. So in store 1, Abdul sells milk products at 3.76%. He sells milk products very well. Amit is able to sell vegetables better. Let us now try to spend some time to understand the filters option here. Drag the product field into the rows box. Drag the total income to the values box. Drag the store name to the columns box. So this will clearly tell you the list of products that have been sold in each of the stores here and what is the total amount and total sales done. Now let us drag the month and put it in filter here. This will help us understand what is the sales made, say for example in the month of June, and if I say okay, this is the sales that has been made in the month of June. If I want to check in the last 3 months, I can select April, May, June and click OK, and this is the total sales made. Now to clear this, I just go back here and click all and say OK, and so this is the entire sales that has been made. So this is the benefit of using filters. I can further use this filter, like I can add another level, say pull category under this filter, and you can see that I have months and category now. So I'm going to select all months here, but under category I want to just know what is the revenue that has been made with just vegetables. So I remove the all option and just tick the vegetables box and say OK. So this is the total sale of vegetables in each of the store. We have now seen how to create pivot tables, charts, how to use sorts and value filters, how to do detailed data analysis and conditional formatting. In our next video, we will continue to create dashboards which will give meaningful inferences for our data.
Don't forget to give your feedback about this video in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get instant notification of my new videos. Thanks for watching.